welcome back to my channel. Just Shauna here to talk about some friggin' books that I already fucking talked about. So I filmed my faves and least faves tier ranking videos last weekend and edited and uploaded the least faves one. I'll have it linked above if you care. And then I went to go edit the faves one, and the screen record was, you could hear my voice and you could see the mouse on the screen moving about, but the screen was just entirely black. So that's fucking cool. And I was gonna be all crafty and try to edit it all onto just this black screen, just make it myself, basically, like hand make this tier ranking, like what it would look like. But then I thought, Joshana, why the fuck? That's so much more work. No. So I'm just gonna re-fucking do it. I've already talked about these. I've already put them in their rankings. I'm sure I'm gonna say the same things. I reset it so I don't remember everything, but whatever. Also, I have kind of a headache going on, a migraine, if you will. I just filmed a Get Ready With Me and had my hair down, and I even was fucking styling it, and then I started to record and I said, no, fuck this. I don't want my hair down because it was just annoying me. So it's up now. It probably looks like crap.
I don't fucking care.
All right, let's do this screen record. 1 second. It helps if I have the fucking program up. I was talking in my Get Ready With Me about how, even though I feel like I'm kind of out of it today and I'm not exactly myself, I'm just a little off, because of the migraine. It's starting to go away now, but it's still, I feel it all up through here, like just all up in here. But that if I'm able to, because sometimes I have migraines where I'm just like incapacitated and I have to lay down. If I'm able to, even though I'm a little off and I'm not exactly the same energy level, I still want to film because, I don't know, I don't want to get to a point where I am expecting myself to be perfect all the time, or expecting myself, like, I can only film if I'm, exactly the same energy as I always am. I don't want to get to that point. It doesn't sound fun, basically. All right, are we gonna fucking do the shit? Okay, so here we are. Why is this? Oh my God, everything in my life today is just
fucking with me.
Okay, so on the last one I changed the categories. I changed it on this also. So what would normally be the S tier, I changed to best shit ever. These are books that I just feel are essentially perfection. I had such a good time reading them. And then the next one is I love this. Books I really, really love. I wouldn't say that I scream about them from the rooftops on a regular basis or on a constant basis. That's on a constant basis. But that I really, really like them. These ones might be, this one thing I didn't love about it, but like the rest of the book I really, really love. And then we have Pretty Effing Great. These are books, they're pretty effing great. I liked them a lot. But they're like middle of the road as far as all my favorites. And then we have a good ass book. These are ones where maybe, I don't talk about them a shit ton necessarily. And I would maybe recommend them to some people, but not everybody. There might be things that I didn't fully love, but like it's still a pretty good ass book. And then Pretty Solid. These are ones that they were kind of on the lower end of my faves, but they're still some of my faves. I still really enjoyed my time. These are ones that maybe I don't like have a desire to reread a bunch, but they're pretty solid. You know what I mean? And just like with my least faves that I did, these are books from 2017 to 2019. So my end of the year favorites videos, that's where I pulled these from. Okay, so the first one we have is A Curse So Dark and Lonely. I really liked this. I liked it a lot. I'm trying to think though, in comparison to others. I'm leaning towards Pretty Effing Great because there were parts of it that I really loved, but overall, I don't feel like I was screaming from the rooftops about it. For now, I'm gonna put it in Pretty Effing Great. The Aeronaut's Windless by Jim Butcher. Ooh, good ass book. It's been so long since I read this, but I just remember having so much fun with it. I'm gonna put it in pretty effing great also. It was pretty good. Like, it's been 2 years and I just still have very fond memories of my reading experience. Age of Legend by Michael J. Sullivan. I think I might have to put this one. I have quite a few of those books in that series on this list. This one I think I might have to put in I love this. Things are picking up in this one. Age of Myth. Pretty effing great, I think. I feel like I'm gonna have everything in pretty effing great. Age of War by Michael J. Sullivan. That one got kind of emotional for me. So I'm gonna go with I love this. Because I remember that one like evoking an emotional reaction where I got a little choked up a couple times. And I Darken by Kirsten White. Oh God, I need to reread that too, but I'm gonna go with best shit ever. Because I fucking love that. I'm sorry, Ola. She did not like that book at all. But I fucking love it. Oh God, I just love Lotta. I love Lotta so much. Okay, Book of the Unnamed Midwife by Meg Ellison, right? This one, the pacing, like, it was slow in parts where, like, not a whole hell of a lot was happening. I still enjoyed, like, obviously it's on some of my favorites. So this one I think I'm gonna have to put is a good-ass book, though. Because it's more just, like, the concept of it that really stuck with me than, you know, there weren't any characters that I, like, really connected with or really loved. Trevor Noah, Born a Crime. I've listened to this on audio, which makes it better, as everyone says, because he narrates it, and it's just great. Do I remember all that much about it? No. I remember it being, like, moving and funny, and it's good. But pretty effing great or a good-ass book? I'm going to go with a good-ass book for this. Elizabeth Gilbert, City of Girls. We know where this is going, don't we? Best shit ever. I'm about to reread this with Ola. Well, she's reading it for the first time, but we're gonna buddy read it and I'm rereading it. I can't wait. City of Thieves by David Benioff. So I really enjoyed my reading experience with this and I just remember being very surprised by it, but I don't remember all that much about the plot necessarily. This is another one where the authorial voice just really worked for me, but I don't know if it was more just that it surprised me, you know? I'm gonna go with pretty effing great. The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein by Kirsten White. This is a tough one. It's Kirsten White, and I generally love her writing style. I'm gonna go with a good-ass book, though. This wasn't up there with And I Darken, but it was obviously one of my faves still. Dear Martin by Nick Stone. This one, the format, it was a little different, and I didn't hate it, but it wasn't like, oh God, I love this format. It just was, it was fine, and I could see past it, basically. It got a very emotional reaction out of me, though. I have to put it in I love this, I think. Maybe best shit ever. It's a novella, so I feel like if it had been longer, maybe it would make me more likely to put it in best shit ever. But even for being a novella, like, it really got into the nuances of the themes and the conversations it was having. So, I'm gonna leave it in I love this for now. I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. Best shit ever. Fucking love that book. Jane Steele by Lindsay Fay. Again, the writing style, but I don't remember that much about the plot necessarily. I'm gonna go with a good-ass book. Okay, Mistborn, the first one. What is it? The Final Empire? This one I'm gonna put in pretty solid. When I first read it, this is a case where the trilogy as a whole tainted my view of the first book. And also I think the hype got to me a little bit. I wanted to be so infatuated with it. And I did like the first one. I still stand by that. I think the first book was pretty solid, but looking back, I don't love the writing style at all. It was more just that the book surprised me a couple of times. There were a couple times where I was like, oh shit, it's going down. Monstrous by Sana Takeda and Marjorie Liu. I'm gonna go with I love this. Oh, or best shit ever. I'm gonna go with I love this. The artwork would be best shit ever. The artwork in Monstrous, I will never stop talking about it. It speaks to my fucking soul. I love it so much. The story itself, though, it gets a little confusing. Ian McEwan, Nutshell. I'm gonna go with pretty effing great. Every time I think about that book, I smile and I'm just like, oh man, it's so fun. Peace and Turmoil by Eliot Brooks. I'm gonna go with I love this because, I really enjoyed it. I think I gave 4 stars. But yeah, I have to go with I love this because I'm just forever impressed with how polished she made that shit. And it's a really cool world, and I'm very excited that it's gonna be like 5 books in the series or something like that, because it's a huge world. There's a lot of characters and there's a lot happening. Pride by E.B. Zaboy. So, for the writing style, this would be best shit ever, because the authorial voice, the way she describes shit, oh my god, love it. But the plot itself it's a YA contemporary romance. There's some teenagey things happening that as a 33-year-old lady don't resonate with me. I didn't connect with, of course. So for me personally, I can't put it in best shit ever. So I'm gonna put it in I love this. Queen of Blood by Sarah Beth Durst. I was very surprised by this, so I'm gonna put it in pretty effing great. I wasn't super connected with the characters, and the writing style, it was fine. There's nothing wrong with it, but it also wasn't like speaking to me. But I was super surprised, and like the world is the coolest. The Queen of Sorrow. That is book 3. I have to put this one in a good-ass book, or pretty solid. It was a pretty solid conclusion to the trilogy. I was happy with it. I'm gonna put it in pretty solid. The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. So, the overall message here of like positivity and hopefulness, it's so cute, and it's just such a quaint little world they live in and whatnot. But the main character is incredibly she's problematic, let's just say. Obviously this book was written a long time ago, and it's about a time period a long time ago, but yeah, the main character is pretty racist. So I'm gonna have to put this one in pretty solid. The Bells by Danielle Clayton. I really loved the world of The Bells, like, a lot. And the themes of it and everything. I'm going between I love this and pretty effing great. I'm gonna go with I love this, because I just really like how Danielle Clayton worked in the themes of the book without beating us over the head with it, like I find, wow, okay, Kuzma. Like I find some other authors doing, and y'all know I can't fucking stand it. I can't stand it when, Kuzma, I can't stand it when you do that. Jesus Christ. And she did not do that, so I have to go with I love this, and because of the world building. And it's just like, it's such a pretty world, but ooh, it gets eerie sometimes because it's so dark and sinister underneath. And The Guinevere Deception by Kirsten White. I had a really good time reading this book, and I stand by that. I enjoyed it. I can't wait for the rest of the series. Really loved Guinevere as a character, but it was a little bit juvenile, a bit in parts, which is fine. It's YA, but as a 33-year-old lady, again, it's not a book I think that like I would shout from the rooftops about on a consistent basis. So I'm gonna go with pretty effing great. I feel like I had more fun with that than The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein, but I felt like the writing in The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein was a little bit more my speed or more my style. The Little Prince by that guy and something, I don't remember, fuck. I can't pronounce it anyways. The Little Prince. Okay, so I actually like the Netflix movie better than the book because there's more to it. They like added a whole other element. So I'm gonna go with a good-ass book. Okay, The Reluctant Queen by Sarah Beth Durst. This is the second book in the series. This one was pretty cool, and it introduced new characters, and a lot of times in trilogies or series, when the first book is this character's point of view for the most part, and then in the second book there's new characters and you're following them heavily, it can go south, but it didn't here. So I think I have to put this one in pretty effing great also. I'm having a lot in the pretty effing great, and I love this. The Word for World is Forest by Ursula K. Le Guin. It's a lot. It's a novella, so it's short, but we're out in outer space on some other planet, and humans are terraforming this planet, and there's other creatures, like alien creatures living there, and I don't even know how, it's more literary, you know what I mean? But I really liked it. I just don't remember that much that happened. I just remembered like the feeling of reading it. I'm gonna go with pretty effing great though. George R. R. Martin, The World of Ice and Fire. I just love this world. I have to go with best shit ever. It basically is like a history book about a made-up place, Westeros, It has all the mythology and lore, and it talks about each region and like the mythology and lore and each like family, each major family, and the different eras of Westeros, like time periods. And even though it's not like a novel. It does not read like a novel. There are stories that are being told, but it's just like you're reading a history book. But I ate it up. I love it. I love it so much. Okay, there we are. That's what we got. So we got quite a few in Pretty Effing Great, and I love this. I figured I wouldn't have as many. I remember before. I think these are the same ones that I did for Best Shit Ever. And yeah, I'm pretty happy. I think this all makes sense. Curse So Dark and Lonely, is that still Pretty Effing Great? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, all right, cool. All right, I made it through, you guys. I fucking redid it and made it through. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I'm sure this one won't get as many views as the least faves one because people like negativity. It's fun seeing someone be salty, you know? As always, thank you so much for your time. Hope that you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.